What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys having an absolutely fantastic kick butt day today so far. So guys, today's video we're going to be taking a deep dive into one of the newest game modes inside Brawl Stars, and that is Lone Star. And since it's so new to the game, it's really important to know which brawlers are really good inside this game mode, which is why I have a pro player in our midst in order to answer our questions for us, because personally I don't know which brawlers are that insanely good in this game mode, but with a pro player's perspective we should be able to get some information for all of you guys to take away from this in order to use it to your benefit. So what we're going to be going over is the top 5 best brawlers in the newest game mode inside the game, Lone Star. So guys, hopefully you're all excited. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. Okay guys, so why don't we hop straight away into this. So the pro player that we have on in today's video is Jigsaw. So I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He's been on the channel so many different times and he's a fantastic player inside the Brawl Stars community. I would highly recommend you guys go check out his links in the description down below. I would greatly appreciate that. So what we're going to be doing in order to organize this is we're going to be starting off with the 5th best brawler for the newest game mode, Lone Star, and then we're going to be hopping into gameplay, spectating some of Jigsaw's matches, and we're going to keep going with that progression. So 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then all the way up to number 1, the first best brawler inside of this game mode. So hope you guys are pumped up. Let's get into his gameplay. Here we go. Okay guys, so jumping straight away into it, the 5th best brawler for Lone Star is Brock, and there's a few different reasons because of this. Number 1, he is a very good brawler for close range damage. He is a long range brawler, but he has potential to deal a lot of damage at close range. He's a very versatile brawler, especially if you have his 2nd star power. If not, 3 shots at close range can still deal a significant amount of damage, and especially being able to deal damage at long range as well can give you an upper hand against a lot of the different opponents that you're going up against. Of course, Brock is a somewhat of a high skill cap brawler, being able to land your shots at a longer range, but if you guys can get him down, he is a very good brawler for this game mode, and I highly recommend that you bring him into here and practice him in Lone Star. He's insanely good. So why don't we hop into gameplay with Jigsaw and see how he does. Here we go. Okay guys, so hopping straight away into Brock on Lone Star. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't spectated a match in Lone Star as of recently. But I gotta be honest, it is a lot of fun spectating matches in Showdown, which Lone Star is a lot like. Being able to spectate a bunch of different players around the whole entire map, not only spectating the focal point, which is the pro player that we have in today's video. So right now we're on 3 bounty, which is pretty dang good. I'm sure he's doing fantastic compared to the other brawlers around the map. He's up to 6 right now. Another thing to keep in mind is that even if you go down, it's not really a big deal, being that you can hop in and respawn and then go for the players with a lot of bounty, being able to kind of like maybe like keep them as almost like a hit list brawler, you know, like who has the most bounty around the map. So that Piper has 4, and that's what makes this game mode so much fun. It's a lot different than what we're used to here inside Brawl Stars. So Liam was able to pick up that kill. We're still at 6 bounty, nothing crazy. I don't think we're in the lead. I wish I could tell, but we're in here. We're maybe able to take a, oh my goodness, double kill. Okay, we got 4 bounty. That's probably putting us close to the top, if not the number 1 inside of this lobby. Not gonna lie, this Piper is really good. She's standing her test of time. She has 5 bounty and she's doing a great job. You may or may not see her in the later rankings in this video today. She's a really good brawler in Lone Star. I'll just say that right now. So let's find Jigsaw here. Oh, okay, there he is. Okay, so he's going up against a Mortis right now. There's 20 seconds left in the match. We'll see what happens here. I don't know if he's going to be able to take first place, but that's okay. This is the 5th best brawler in this game mode. Able to take out the Mortis. We have 14 bounty. He's spinning for some reason. He may have the most kills. He may have just spun on the Mortis because he killed him, or he may have spun on the Mortis because he took first place. We'll have to see. This is the exciting thing about spectating. And that is number 1. I'm telling you guys, Brock is so incredibly OP in this game mode, especially if you can rock the 2nd star power. Okay guys, so heading into our 4th best brawler for the game mode, Lone Star, and that is going to be Jean. And no surprise there's a lot of different elements that makes Jean incredibly good on a game mode such as this. The very first reason is that he has a lot of short range potential. He does a lot of DPS at short range, being able to hold his own against a lot of the brawlers that would deal a lot of damage to him once he gets into close proximity to Jean, as well as he has that long range poke damage potential in order to keep the brawlers down low, make sure they can't heal up if they get away from him, as well as stealing kills if they're really low, maybe to like 100 HP. Then Gene can kind of clean up those kills, as well as you can't deny his super ability being able to pull someone from 12 tiles away, pulling them close, and then stealing a kill from someone if they worked really hard to get that kill. So Gene is really good in this game mode. Make sure to push up your cups on this game mode. So why don't we jump into some gameplay with Jigsaw with Gene in this game mode. Let's see how he does. Here we go. Okay guys, so heading into our match with Gene, we'll see if he can keep this trajectory going, being able to take first places. I'm not sure. We do have a pro player in our midst, so he knows what he's doing. He's first off antagonizing a Mortis. A thing that Gene is so incredibly good at is stealing kills. That's one thing that I didn't really mention in our synopsis of going over wow, Gene is so incredibly good, and that is stealing kills. He has two different elements to him being able to do that, and that is his long range poke damage. If someone dishes off a lot of damage to someone and they manage to get away, then Gene can dish off those couple of shots in order to kill them, as well as that pull that you saw. We have 12 tiles of damage that we can pull someone in if they have a lot of bounty, and then pull themselves in and then take them out. So that's another element of why Gene is so incredibly good, as well as Jigsaw is rocking the new pirate Gene skin. There's nothing better than that. So we'll see what we can do. We're at 6 bounty, which ain't too bad. Kind of taking a look at what we're at the echelons of what we were at in the last game, which is pretty dang good. Use our super against the Piper, which is really smart. She had 4 bounty. So yeah, we're going to use that super against her, as well as getting 2 bursts of damage against the Piper to recharge our super. So we have our super again, able to take out the Brock, and we're a little bit low on HP, but we're going to be able to get away from opponents here. If we're Jigsaw, if we're looking at Jigsaw right now, we couldn't see the Piper, as well as the Shelly there, which is so much fun. Why it's so much fun to spectate game modes like this, like Lone Star and Showdown. You can see what people are doing that Jigsaw can't, which is what I like so much. So Jigsaw was trying to get the pull on the Mortis. I don't know where he's at the spectrum of the leaderboards. We can't really see that. We have 16 bounty, which is really good. He's spinning right now, trying to antagonize the Piper, or the Shelly, excuse me. And we have 18 bounty. We'll see if that can carry us into the #1 victory. Hopefully. This is the exciting part about spectating. And we are #1. He got plus 9 trophies on that. Are you kidding me? So we hit #1 with Gene. I think the bounty amount that will safely get us to #1 is like 18 or 19. I think we saw that in our first match as well. So let's look for that in our matches to come. So well done, Jigsaw. Definitely a pro player in our midst. Let's head into the 3rd best brawler in this game mode. Okay guys, so heading into our 3rd best brawler for the game mode, Lone Star, and that is going to be Leon. Leon is incredibly good in this game mode for a few different reasons as well. #1 is that he's a high priority killing target. So he's that assassination type brawler that we all know and love. This is the reason why he's so good in Showdown. That's the reason why he's so good in Lone Star. He's really good at finding those brawlers with his super that have those high bounty targets, so that you can go for the brawlers that have like the 5 bounty above their head and get that quick easy kill with your super. Though I might add that he's not that insanely good right at the get-go. It takes a little bit of time to charge up your super, just because he's not that crazy good at dealing off that long range poke damage. But once he gets a super, then you can start chaining those supers and going for the brawlers that have those high bounties and add them to your total. So why don't we hop into some gameplay with Leon and see how he does. Here we go. Okay, so heading into our match with Leon, we'll see how Jigsaw can do with this really good brawler in this game mode. So he's rocking the Shark Leon skin. That's what I like to ski. One of my absolute favorite skins inside the entire game. It's so freaking cute. So we have 2 bounties right off the get-go. We are managing to pick up 1 kill there. We're going to head in on a bow, which is a really good target with Leon, being able to pick up a lot of super on a brawler that has a lot of health. We have our super again, so we're going to just keep chaining these supers, finding those high priority targets and going for them. So we have 4 bounty in total. We're going to use our super to investigate these 2. We're going to pick up the kill on the Poco, hopefully. There we go, we got him. And one thing that you guys got to keep in mind about Lone Star is it doesn't like necessarily hurt to dish off your kills to someone else, just because there's so many different brawlers in the map. For example, if you are going up against brawlers on this map and you see like someone really going off, it's probably in your best interest to trade off your kill to someone else. that isn't doing as good. But even so, if someone picks up your kills, a kill on you with a lot of bounty, it's not going to make that big of a difference. You just got to focus on doing your thing and trying to pick up as many kills as possible on high priority targets. So we have 6 bounty. Like we said before, a good mark to be at is like at 18 towards the end. So we'll see what Jigsaw can do. He has his super. He needs to find those high priority targets, and that's up to you. For example, if you're trying to do good with Leon. So if we take out this bow, we have 9. We have our super again. We have some time. We have 10 seconds to find someone with a lot of bounty. Hopefully this Colt has some. Yep, exactly our points. So we have 14. I'm sure he's spinning because he has the first place spot. Which is why Leon is so incredibly good in this game mode. So he picked up the #1 spot, 10 plus trophies, just because he was able to pick out those high priority targets. A few things that we saw with Jigsaw in that game is that he was like pinpointing the brawlers that were close to him. So he's going up against that Poco right off the get-go with only 3 stars. A good thing to do is use your super to kind of target brawlers around the map. Who is doing good? Find someone with a lot of bounty chips and then go for them once you find them, which is why he took #1 spot when he found that Colt with a lot of bounty chips and then took him out. So Leon, incredibly good on this game mode, but it takes a little bit of finagling to be good with this brawler. Why don't we hop into #2 according to Jigsaw? Here we go. Okay guys, so heading into our second best brawler for the game mode, Lodestar, and I'm very, very happy about this one, and that is my boy Mortis. Mortis is so incredibly good in this game mode for a few different reasons as well, and that is, #1, he has really, really high mobility. Mobility is a very good attribute for this game mode, being able to find out the brawlers that have a lot of bounty above their head, going for them in a like assassination-esque kind of type brawler, finding those brawlers that have a lot of bounty, kind of like Leon, and going for them and taking them out, adding them to your total. Mortis is one of the highest mobility brawlers in the entire game. I would argue the highest, being that his basic attack uses his dashes so that he has added mobility, as well as his base movement speed is one of the fastest in the entire game. So Cold Snake really helps out with this, as well as just his base movement speed. Another thing is his super. You can really steal a lot of the kills from other brawlers when someone is going ham on another brawler, getting them low. You can use your super to take the kill from those brawlers and add those bounty to your total. So I think Mortis is definitely a threat in this game mode. He's a brawler that you should be using in this game mode for added trophies to your total. But yeah, why don't we hop into some gameplay with Jigsaw? We'll see how he does with Mortis. I'm really, really excited about this one. Let's see how he does. Here we go. Okay guys, so heading into our match with Mortis, and I'm really, really excited to see how Jigsaw plays with Mortis, my boy, my beast, my dude. So he's rocking the Rockabilly Mortis skin, my favorite skin in the entire game. He's going for the Piper. Another thing to keep in mind why Mortis is so good in game modes like this, like Showdown or Lone Stars, being that he can go for brawlers that are like really, really good to go for. So those 3-shot brawlers are really easy brawlers to go for, like Piper or this Rico. As an example, taking them out very, very easily. The brawlers that are 3-shot brawlers are super, super easy to go for. Brawlers that have mobility basically give you the right to go for brawlers that are really, really low in HP. Gives you the choice to go for brawlers that you want to go for. Brawlers that have low movement speed, such as 8-bit, aren't that crazy good at picking which brawlers they want to go for. They kind of just have to kind of deal with which brawlers they got to go for. Which is why I like high mobility brawlers. I think it adds like a fun aspect to the mix. So Jigsaw is really, really rocking things, really putting a name for the second best brawler for Lone Star, taking out the Piper. Mortis is really low. We're able to take out the Mortis easily, and we have full bounty. We have 13 bounty chips. Jigsaw being very, very toxic against the Mortis, and you know what? I can kind of get behind that. It's fine to be a little bit toxic. It's almost like spamming emotes in Clash Royale. So we have the Mortis trying to get some revenge. Looks like the Leon is the other person to go for in this situation. He has a lot of bounty. But I think we're in the lead at this point. We have full bounty. We did really, really good in the beginning. I'm not sure what he's doing. We can't really tell by his signs. Only he really knows where he's at in this game. So we're going to try to avoid that Shelly. We're going to try and pick up as many kills as we can at the very end. He's spinning very, very fast. I'm assuming he took first place. I'm guessing. And there we go, guys. We are 4 for 4 in this game, which is really, really exciting. Why don't we head into the first best brawler in the entire game? Here we go. Okay, guys, so heading into our first best brawler for Lone Star, and that is going to be Piper. Not gonna lie, I wish the two were rotated, Mortis for Piper, just because mobility is so incredibly important in this game mode, but I'm gonna be going with Jigsaw's perspective in this situation. I do think Piper is incredibly good. There's a few different assets that makes her incredibly good in this game mode. Number one is that you're playing on a lot of showdown maps, and there's a lot of space on these maps, so Piper is gonna be incredibly good on a lot of different showdown maps, being that there's a lot of range, being able to keep your distance from other brawlers, being able to two-tap a lot of the 3-shot brawlers for Mortis, and things along those lines, being able to pick up really, really easy kills, stealing kills from long duration or long distances, as well as you have that super being able to protect yourself and jump away with some mobility there. Piper is going to be your #1 best brawler for the game mode Lone Star in Jigsaw's eyes, and I think I do agree with him, though I wish Mortis was #1, and we'll have to see how he displays this in his final game here. Jigsaw, let's see how he does. Okay, guys, heading into our final game, hopefully we can top this off with another first place victory. I know I just jinxed him. I'll knock on some wood right there. We are 4 for 5 right now. Hopefully we can take this first place victory. I know Jigsaw is incredibly good with Piper, and I will take that to my grave. He's one of the best Pipers that I've seen in a very, very long time. There is obviously better players with Piper than Jigsaw, but he is a phenomenal Piper. We have super here. We're going to dash away from the Leon. Maybe we can pick up a kill, but the Leon is somewhat decent. He's going to be able to avoid damage from us. So we have 2 bounty here, 3 bounty above our head. If we go down from someone, we're going to give them 3 bounty. Hopefully we can find someone that is vulnerable in order to pick up a quick kill. 8-bit looks like a good target. Gene also looks like a good target. Colt is someone that we should definitely go for. We're not really off to the races at this point, and which kind of gives me an inclination as to our other brawlers being better than Piper here. Long range is incredibly important on game modes like Showdown or maps like Showdown-esque, where there's a lot of range and stuff like that, but other elements really come into play like mobility and stuff like that. So I hope Jigsaw proves me wrong here. Okay, so we're going to blow up the middle. It will take a quick kill. Oh, never mind. We're auto-aiming there. Trying to pick up a quick kill on that Piper. We have 10 bounty. A good amount of bounty, like we said before, is like 18. So picking up a kill on the Colt. We have 13 bounty. Can we pick up the kill on the 8-bit? Nope. Our kill was stolen from us from another 8-bit. I'm guessing we're at like 3rd place or 2nd place, something like that. Okay, picking up a kill on the Piper. We have 16 bounty. He's not spinning or anything like that. I'm assuming he is not in 1st place right now. I think we jinxed ourselves here. Not gonna lie. I'm guessing 2nd place. Oh, we took 1st place. Are you kidding me? Guys, clean slate. Very, very good showing from Jigsaw in today's video, taking 1st place every single game of today's video. That is your top 5 best brawlers in all of Brawl Stars for the game mode Lone Star per Jigsaw's perspective. Like I said before, at those last rounds, I was thinking that like Mortis would be a little bit better than Piper, but he did prove to me being that wrong, that Piper kind of showed things. Being that you kind of take the kills from other opponents with that long range potential, as well as you have that mobility with your super. But I really do think mobility is the creme de la creme inside this game mode. You need mobility on a brawler. Finding the brawlers that have a lot of bounty above their head and stealing those kills. But those are the top 5 best brawlers for Lone Star. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to go check out Jigsaw in the description down below. Once again, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Being a part of the Ray fam, I would also truly appreciate it. So with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.